don't like the spike officer ability. It's okay. Minus 25% to hostile shield mitigation. That's, or well, that's what mine is because that's what tier he is. It's okay. Instead of absorbing 80% of the damage, the shields only absorb 70% or 60% of the damage. But I don't know that you're going to build around that without the rest of the other crew. It's not like you're going to run like, oh, I'm running, Pike and Moreau, and I'm lowering their shield mitigation. I mean, maybe that would work. I haven't tested it. So they just, they do all their damage to me, but they don't absorb any shield damage. Their shields only take like 20% of the damage I do, so they die faster. And maybe that's a thing. I don't know if that would work better or not. Stewie's right. The muds do have to get up to like at least tier 3 really to start having a reasonable chance of doing what they're supposed to do. And Eurydice as well. So they're kind of back burner officers. They're kind of ones that you just sort of work on. And, as you get them, and then you're like, great, I can finally use this officer. A year and a half later. Pike's officer ability does nothing till he's maxed in most cases because you still need to deplete the shields to kill a hostile. Possibly. I mean, take the Tal group for an example. You kill things fine with Tal. They just strip all the hull down. You bypass the shields. What the heck? My curiosity is piqued. My curiosity is piqued. Let's just say we did this. Now my Pike is tier 4, so he's decreasing their shield mitigation by 25%. And let's just go find something reasonably big. We'll just go hit like a capital trader or something. And let's see what that does. Brain Soup says that Mariner's a must because she has high attack and health stats plus a good below deck ability. She's a good one to get, especially if you're below 36 and you don't have access to a Cerritos yet, for sure. She was a good addition to the away team store and definitely worth unlocking. Yeah, you can definitely do enough hull damage while the ship still has shields up. We see that with Strike Team Uno all the time too, right? She negates their shield mitigation to 0 by like round 3 or round 4. Or round 2 in some cases. And then they just die. Right, it's the shield absorption, I guess we should call it. So how much damage is the shield absorbing? In some cases, you're right. You're still the thing has enough hull health that you're still gonna have to get through all the shields before the fight ends anyway. And then there are times where you're gonna be like, you know what? I was able to kill it regardless of it still having shields absorbing damage. Trying to get rid of that stupid frog in my throat. Hey, good afternoon, Norwich. Welcome on in. Alright, so where are our discovery events today? Okay, so we're going here. Alright, Battle Pass event did launch. You were correct. It is Doomsday Hostiles. So this one should be... I need to kill 6 level 50s. Fun. But it does bother me. They didn't change these, so you can't even join your new ones yet. That stinks. So you're going to go out and you're going to kill stuff completing your dailies, and then what, don't repair? Ooh, that was weird. Alright, so let's just see if we find a regular one. Not a heavy. Let's try a regular one first. Are there any regular ones up? No. Okay, then I guess we're trying a heavy. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we killed it. Still had plenty of shields left. We just went right through the shields and took out the hull. Interesting. 120% effectiveness to here. So when I do this, we'll just check the math. Alright, so I did 562 damage. 562, 939. Minus the 308, 120 that it mitigated, left 254,000 damage. 63705. I forgot what that number was. 27%. So instead of absorbing 80% with the shields, it only absorbed like 20%. I guess the other way to do it would just be this. Yeah. Alright, that's interesting. Yeah, today's going to be a little screwy with events launching for the next hour or two. I would always suggest waiting an hour or two just to see, make sure everything launches, so that way anything that might overlap, you can double dip. We've been seeing that with the research event for a little while, where one of those research leaderboard events, it launches, and then an hour later, it launches again. And some people do stuff in the first hour, and then it doesn't count for the second one. So my suggestion for today would just be to sort of sit tight on that. Yeah, so it looks like... Yeah, it looks like it absorbed 254, 819. 254, 819. 25%. So instead of absorbing 80% of the damage, the shields only block 25%, letting the rest of it go straight through to the hull. So 75% of the damage went to the hull. We killed this thing in 15 rounds. Alright, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Carissa resubscribing. Thank you very much for that. They scope lead, yes, yeah, they scope lead the events. Absolutely. You never thought about augmenting Spike with Pike? Yeah, that's what we're doing here. We're doing you know, mirror alternate timeline. Pike meet Pike. Meet your future self. through the looking glass, whatever we want to call it here. So we're just when I use Pike, Moreau, and Talon on these, I usually get, at least a dozen or so, 15 to 20 kills. Seems like we're not having any trouble cutting right through these things. Days of future past. There you go. Need another Pike so we can put all 3 on one ship. Don't give them any ideas. And I guess the benefit to this would be is that I can hit either one, because I'm not limited and locked into a Pike Moreau Chen or a Pike Moreau Talon for hitting a specific type of hostile. I can hit either or. And kill regulars or the heavy ones. Just because I'm curious, how many rounds does this one go? Same thing, 14, 15 rounds. All right, we'll call this a happy little accident, I guess. Strike Team Pike, absolutely. Strike Team Pike. There you go. That's what we need. We need OG. Was that Jeffrey Hunter who played him in the original pilot episode? We need that version of Pike. Make it so. When you have a happy little accident and need to go home and get changed. This is why we're not inviting you onto voice chat, Stewie. Nah, that's not so bad. Alright, so I think we proved at least, but that's the thing though too, is that you have to get this Pike up a couple tiers to get that value up, because I forget what he starts at. So let's go look at stfc.space and take a look at our officers. Strange New World Pike. So he starts at 10%. I don't think we're getting a pretty good investment on that return at 10 or 15%. If he's at least tier 3 and you're talking about a 20% reduction, then getting modified further by the Pike Moreau boost, I think this strategy comes into play about here at tier 3. And then obviously as you get higher and higher, it's just going to max it out. At this point in time, if he gets to commander and it's a 35% reduction, that's basically going to mean no shields. Because what's it? It's 2.2 times the ability or something like that. Yeah, so I'm getting a 55% reduction, so the shields are only blocking 25% of the damage, which is what we confirmed. So if it was 35 times 2.2, that'd be a 77% reduction. So the shields would stop 3% of the damage with every shot. If you had Pike maxed and you were using this Pike Moreau combo. Every shot, the shields would only absorb 3% of the damage. That might be a pretty viable strategy for killing some stuff, especially some of these higher level hostiles where you're killing stuff above level 50. where Chen doesn't work anyway for some of these 52s and things. Could this be a winner, an alternative strategy for people killing, G5 ships or for killing freebooters? If all the damage just goes straight to the hull? It's possible. I think if you had Hugh below deck, it would really be viable, because then you're just going to be critting all those shots too. For something like freebooters, without a con or something like that adding crits, I think they shoot too many times that I don't know you'll do enough damage over the course of a fight. But again, if he's maxed and their shields are only absorbing 3%. Like, I'm wondering, would this work out? If I just went and killed Axion hostiles, would this work? If they have no shield mitigation. I think you're taking too much damage back, though. You need that fight to end faster. Except when I repeat what he says, I'm condoning it a little bit. Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm encouraging him. I'm an enabler. That's it. Freebooters have low shields. Wouldn't be worth it on those. That's true. They are low shield, high hull health. But definitely, yeah, with Hugh and Odo as well, if he was available, that would also make these fights a lot more interesting. You know what? Let's go that way. Sadly, I do not have Hugh unlocked yet. I am 40-ish shards shy of him, and I just opened an epic box last night, and I got one. It was just like, ugh, this is gonna take forever.